handcuffed at the end of an alleged crime spree lasting hours.
Good evening. Two young boys, aged just 15 and 12, have been chased and hacked to death.
Young thugs, with one warning a worker he was armed with a knife. A black mark on the Allen government tonight, with youth crime rates the highest they've been since records began.
All I have in this world is my morals, my word, and I don't break them for money.
Rightio legends, Chaos Chronicles, and we're back with another video. And so obviously today we're talking about this absolutely putrid youth crime problem that we've got going on in our state, and not just in Victoria. This is an Australian-wide problem that we've got going on at the moment. And enough is enough. That's what I'm here to say. Enough is enough. Like, what are we going to be doing about this? Like, there are now teenagers losing their lives from other teenagers. You know, they're driving around the city with guns and shooting at other teenagers and taking their lives as well. Like, this whole gang life thing that they've got going on is absolutely putrid, and something needs to be done about it. Like, people are losing their lives on a daily. People are too scared to even sleep in their own house. So people are moving away from their area and leaving their house. Like, this is absolutely bullshit. What is our government doing about this? We've never, ever had a crime epidemic like it is right now. And so, you know, all those people that are living in those, you know, rich areas and stuff, and what these normal life problems don't usually affect you, well, these definitely affect you. And what's more is they probably affect you living in those upper class areas a lot more than it does the people that are living in, say, housing commission areas and whatnot, because these people aren't going out to do crime in housing commission areas. You know, they're not pissing in their own backyard, so to speak. They're traveling abroad, and they are going to the most well-to-do neighborhoods, and they are just running absolute havoc. And like, it's not like they're just going to one house and then taking off and that's the crime done for the night. They are doing legitimate crime sprees. And so, you know, a big one that was on the news a couple of weeks ago, a whole group of about 5 or 6 people break into this guy's house to look for somebody who wasn't even there. He was actually in prison at the time, which was their daughter's boyfriend. This guy got shot. This guy got stabbed. I don't know if you guys seen that footage, but it is absolutely brutal. And like, I think as a whole, we need to start making a standpoint now. Like, it's to the point where kids are too scared to go to school. People are too scared to stay in their own homes. Like, what more has to go on? Like, teenagers are getting absolutely their lives taken. Like, something seriously needs to be done here. And what's worse is all these politicians who they get on TV and get in parliament time and make all this bullshit saying that they're going to do stuff, but nothing ever happens. How about you guys try living in a neighborhood where these crimes are happening on a daily? Like, go try living, you know, in an area like Cranbourne or Dandenong, somewhere in the southeastern suburbs, and live in a house there without your security around the clock 24/7, and see how safe you feel in these neighborhoods. Because the truth is, these kids, that they are literally hiring kids out as young as 13 to carry out gun crimes, because they know that these teenagers 13 and under cannot get in any trouble for it. And the same day that they get picked up for these crimes, they're straight back out there. So all these tobacco shop robberies and all that, this is like a syndicate of teenagers ran by adults, because these adults that are running these syndicates know that these teenagers aren't going to get in any trouble. knows that they're definitely going to be getting bail, and it's just an absolute joke. Like these, it's not like these kids are the kids of 20 years ago. They're not just running around with knives. These kids are running around with Glocks, like semi-automatic firearms, and literally, so like just last night, so two people have been picked up for three different shootings over the spate of 2 days, where two people lost their life and another one is in hospital fighting for his life. And this is all teenagers doing this stuff. Like, it is just absolutely at boiling point. And I just can't see, like, what is the government going to do about this? Like, obviously, I would never, ever, ever wish prison time upon anybody. It is the worst place to be, and I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemies, actually. But the truth is, there needs to be some real hard justice done here. Like in America, if you're charged with doing an adult crime, you're going to be charged and doing adult time. And these are the kinds of consequences that we have to have here. And when these teenagers at 13 and 14 start getting 15-year sentences for taking people's lives or shooting at them or whatever, I promise you that this will slow down. But until some kind of drastic action gets made, nothing is ever going to happen. And it's just going to keep on getting worse and worse and worse. And don't even get me started on these machete bins. So these machete bins that cost $360,000 to make, so you can literally buy a brand new fire engine for our state for that same price. And you can't tell me that there are teenagers or anyone using these machete bins. Like, you can't even tell me, like, I've made light about this on my lives, but you can't tell me here's a group of kids going to do a whole night spree of aggravated burglaries where they break into people's house and take their car keys and take kids hostages and do all this crazy stuff. I can promise you the last thing that's going on in that car ride on the way there to do their aggravated burglaries is going, hey boys, so the only weapons we've got here is machetes and knives and all that. I think what we should do is I think we should go put all these in the machete bin, and then we'll continue on to our aggravated burglary. Dicks, you can't even tell me that those things are actually being used. A, they're put in places where everyone can see it happening. So not one teenager or anyone who wants to dispose of a knife is going to go dispose of a knife in a place where every single person in Melbourne can see him doing it. It's just an absolute joke. And the way they're going about it, like, seriously, like, there are people getting hacked up in their own homes. And you say, all right, let's just roll out some machete bins and everything will be fine. Like, absolute bullshit. There needs to be more done. There's talk about at the moment of this castle law, right? So the castle law will allow anybody in their own home to use the exact same force and even deadly force if you find that yourself and your family are in danger. This is the kind of things that need to happen today, right now. Like, not in 6 months time, not in 12 months time. Enough is enough. Like, businesses are getting closed down because these guys are just running around running an absolute muck. And what are the police doing about it? Like, they can't even chase after these cars if they're in a police chase. Like, literally everyone's hands are tied. But 100%, the police need to do more and need to do more as a whole. The government need to do more and need to do more as a whole. And if you think that some stupid little machete bin is the be all and end all of all these problems, that is an absolute travesty. And that just shows what kind of a state we are at the moment in Victoria. And it is just an absolute joke. The only kind of thing that is going to put a stop to this is when you allow people to be able to, in their own homes, take whatever action necessary to save your family. And until that happens, it's an absolute joke. So, for instance, I'm an SVO, yes, for scallywag behavior and me being a dickhead in the past. I'm an SVO, which stands for serious violent offender. I can literally give someone a backhand on the cheek and be looking at doing double figures over that. So, like for someone like me, if someone breaks into my house, where does that leave me? So what? I'm supposed to sit there because they tell you you're supposed to call the police. And how do I know this? Because when I saved the girl's life and done 9 years over saving a girl's life, they told me you should have called the police. Oh, okay. So a girl's getting stabbed and I've got to call the police and just stand there and watch it happen. So, you can't tell me, like, it's just a joke. So what? My house is getting ran through by, 10 kids with machetes, baseball bats, guns, and I'm just supposed to sit there and call the police. Like, fair suck of the old sab. This is Australia, and we're not going to stand for this bullshit. And I can tell you right now, that if a group of them teens come barreling through my door, that the same group that came through that door is not going to be the same group that goes out that door. I can tell you right now. And I don't care. I don't care what law is going to put me in prison. I will do whatever I have to do to save my family. And it's as simple as that. And I do not care if they're carrying knives. Well, then I'm going to be using the exact same force. And as a matter of fact, I don't think any one of them will go to the lengths that I will go to protect my family. And as a matter of fact, I will be mopping them up and waiting for the police to come here and arrest me when it happens. And this is a joke. We shouldn't even have to worry about going to prison in our own houses because our stupid laws protect these people. Like what is going on? PDF files don't do prison time. Teens that hack people up. Like the other day, a teenager took another kid's life at school and was back at school the next day, the very same school where he took that kid's life. You can't tell me that our society isn't broken and something very, very serious needs to be done. Like this shit has really, really got on my goat. And the fact that we can't even protect our own houses, what an absolute joke. This is Australia. We're supposed to be a country where we have this kind of freedoms, but it's just not happening. And when people are and absolutely are going to prison for protecting their own house, what kind of a state are we living in? What kind of a country are we turning into? Let me know in the comment section what you think, guys, what you think needs to be done and what you think about this castle law. I think the quicker, the better needs to be brought on because this is an absolute joke and absolutely grinds my gears. Nothing more grinds my gears than when we can see every single day on the news, whether people say it's fake news or not, this stuff is happening in our neighborhoods and nothing is getting done about it. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think should happen about this because, yeah, it's an absolute
It's
joke.
been a night of terror for dozens of homeowners, with separate groups of armed thugs smashing their way into homes across Melbourne. Police tracked one group through the southeast on a chase.
See this? Separate groups of armed thugs. This is how common it is. It's going on in every single town, every single night. Poor people are sitting at home in their homes having a private home time when a group of armed thugs come into their house and knife point, gun point, and demand cash and money. And there's been cases where children have been tied up, women and children have been tied up. It's just out of control.
That ended in a dramatic fashion on a freeway.
A chilling night for families across Melbourne, terrorised as thugs rampage through suburban streets. In Rosebud, armed men pistol-whipped a couple hiding in their bedroom. The thieves fled with cash and a stolen Mercedes.
Any invasion in anyone's home is a massive.
You know what I mean? Like there is just no rules anymore. There's no laws anymore. In my time, if you were going around doing these crimes, especially to the elderly and stuff like that, you would 100% be seeing the consequences of what happens to people who do them putrid crimes. And even still, there's a lot of old school crooks in prison that don't like this shit. And all these little gangsters that think that they're building this reputation. I've got the maddest street cred. I do this, I do that. Your street cred means dicks in prison, mate. I promise you that right now. So all you little mongrels out there that are running around building this street cred, that street cred means nothing when you get to the real boys' prison. Don't worry about juvie. Worry about when you get to a real man's prison or a real woman's prison, and then you'll be shown what like real cred is and what being really, really a real gangster is. That's the reality of it.
Breach of privacy, and it does take months, if not years, to overcome an incident like this.
Hours later, the same group bust into an empty Thornbury home. Police finally caught up with them on the Monash Freeway, arresting 6 youths.
A number of machetes and a sword and firearm.
See him cowering on the ground like little sooks. Let's go back there and have another little quick look at that. That was good to watch. We'll just go back a little bit.
On the Monash Freeway, arresting
this
6
one here.
youths.
A number of machetes and a
Big,
sword
tough guys.
and firearm parts were also located.
In Balwyn, another group broke in through a home's doggy door, threatening to kill a homeowner at knife point before driving off with his 2 Mercedes. A similar story further south, thugs targeting an Armidale family.
Like, look at the size of these dudes. They must be like 45 kilos wringing wet.
No fear of police, the getaway car rams its way clear. All of them tonight still at large.
When there's no repercussions, why does it really matter for them?
Phoebe Worthley, 7 News.
And this is the truth, and this is the truth of what we've got. There is no repercussions. They know that they're gonna get away with it. It's just an absolute joke. Like, when honestly is this bullshit gonna come to an end? Because it's very freaking serious. Well, there you go. The teen crime is absolutely 100% out of control, and something needs to be done about this. Other than some stupid glorified garbage bin that's never ever going to get used, I say we need these castle laws, and we need these castle laws today, so everyone can feel safe in their own home and don't have to worry about a group of teenage kids coming in with knives and guns and all this bullshit. It's not a joke, and it's absolutely un-Australian, and something needs to be done about it. Well, there you go, guys. A lot of people have asked for this youth crime and my take on the youth crime at the moment. It's absolutely putrid. Which brings me to the end, guys. So if you guys haven't already subscribed, if you jump down there and shoot me a subscription, that'd be absolutely appreciated. And if you smash that bell icon, you'll never miss any of my clips again. I have been the Chaos Chronicles. Don't do drugs and crime and you won't end up in prison.